Good evening. Recently in Ladakh, Sonam Wangchuk with his group group of Ladakh were protesting a peaceful protest, but just on 25th of September, this protest turned into violent, and the government order, the central government order to the CRPF, police CRPF soldiers to fire on those protesters because those protesters burned the headquarter, the office of BJP, and did some what we called pandemonium situations. They bring into the regions where a peaceful protest was going on since September 10 of 2025. And this protest is led by Sonam Wangchuk. So Sonam Wangchuk was detained, and whatever the charge on him was of quite surprising. The charge on him was of NSA, that is, he became a threat for national security, and he also alleges of receiving foreign fundings from UAE, and he also alleges of receiving fundings from some terrorist organizations. So it is quite concerning for you, and it is quite concerning for all of us because, and across all over the social media, several content creator was standing firmly with Sonam Wangchuk, saying that this is the entire conspiracy of government to sideline the demands of Sonam Wangchuk, which he, with almost all the populations of the youth populations of Ladakh, demanding statehood of Ladakh, and to put Ladakh into sixth schedule of the constitution. So in this video, we're going to a deep dive into what happened in Ladakh and what it means for all of us, because we are here living a complete secluded from Ladakh. But if you talk about whether it is a war of 1965 or 1971 or 1919 or even any China's incursion, people of Ladakh helped a lot. It is not like the people of Jammu Kashmir, which the tight security or perhaps strictness of government made at, if I would say, somewhat uh, relation of Jammu Kashmir people with Indian people, like people living in northeast or south, or people living in South India, or whether it is northeast people, they feel don't connected with Jammu Kashmir people. But people of Ladakh are most of the creators said that they are beautiful. They cooperate with Indian Army. And if you talk about this Sonam Wangchuk, he is a scientist, he is a humanitarian activist, and also a worker on to reduce climate change. So it is become a complicated concern for the country that why a scientist was detained on the charges, which is astonishing, which is completely astonishing. So this all this protest starts on September 10, and this is not any first protest. Sonam Wangchuk is doing protests since last 6 years. In 2019, when Article 370 was abrogated from Jammu Kashmir, then Sonam Wangchuk also celebrated this, and congratulated Narendra Modi and BJP government that this will lead to peace in Jammu Kashmir, which not yet seen in Jammu Kashmir. But the number of populations, and when elections were carried out in Jammu Kashmir, then surely peace can be seen in Jammu Kashmir. And because there was a peace in Jammu Kashmir, and there is a bombardment and massive population, massive tourists coming to Jammu Kashmir. Therefore, the Pahalgam attack was conducted by General Asim Munir, or if I would say, the proxy of Lashkar-e-Taiba, the resistance front. So coming back to our topic, Sonam Wangchuk were doing this protest since September 10, a peaceful protest. He was on a fast from last 20-21 days. On September 25, some people, or if I would guess, some it is there is no any clarity of it. The CBI investigation is going on, but if I would tell you of the of recent news, then I would say some people from protesters, youth populations, were started violently attacks on BJP headquarters. because they are angry on BJP, because it is BJP who promised to them back in 2019 that when we will come into power in Ladakh, we will put you into sixth schedule. Which, what is the sixth schedule? The sixth schedule enables a state to maintain its own autonomy, to have its own high court, to have its own legislative assembly. So, and now since Ladakh is a union territory, so it has a direct control of center. So people of Ladakh were demanding that we are people living in Ladakh and we have a right to over our own land, because it is alleged on Narendra Modi government that Narendra Modi give the land of Ladakh to his very best friends like Gautam Adani on a very cheap rate, and people of Ladakh will do nothing. They didn't go to any court or something, anything else, because they don't have their own autonomy. They don't have they do not have the right on their own land. So this was the first thing. And when on September 25 the protest turned violent, Sonam Wangchuk broke his fast and said those youths to calm down, to do a peaceful protest. But instead of negotiating, Modi government released a press brief which says that Sonam Wangchuk is behind all this mess, and he was charged with NSA, which says that you are a threat to our national security, and several other FCRA, which says that you are receiving fundings from illegal organizations, and he was detained, and he is still in prison. Now the next time comes that what is the reason of this of government. If you look at the press brief of government is completely alleging Sonam Wangchuk of all this mess, as I've said earlier, and government is not held accountable to all of to himself, because when Sonam Wangchuk arrested the leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi, and a press release of Indian National Congress said that Sonam Wangchuk is doing just a peaceful protest, and you are alleging him for these violent attacks. And when CRPF retaliated on those attackers, four protesters were killed in this attack. They didn't fire any rubber bullet or any tear gases. They just fired a short bullet, and 4 were killed in this violent, and perhaps 37 were injured in this attack. Now, as I have said earlier, the matter of sixth schedule, and this sixth schedule was put forward by itself BJP in his manifesto, that if we come into power, we will give you sixth schedule, which give you your own autonomy. But BJP is completely, what I say, procrastinating on giving sixth schedule to Ladakh, and it is not yet even given statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. So it imparts questions on it. It puts a question on the honesty of BJP in whether it is in Jammu Kashmir or in Ladakh. Now, if you come into the last category of this video, which is CBI investigation and foreign funding allegation, and also there is a connection which was several other BJP content creators said that Sonam Wangchuk went to Islamabad. Then if you look at the entire story of it, because the BJP ITSL YouTubers didn't tell you what really happened, because he was alleged of going to Islamabad, and Sonam Wangchuk went to Islamabad, where he met several other counterparts of climate change, and he said there that he praised the one of the media outlet of Pakistan, Dawn News. He said that Dawn is doing good work, and they will show you only this. And further, he said that Dawn is doing good work, and he said that I expect from the Indian news media outlet like Hindustan Times or the Hindu or the or many other news media outlets to raise your voice on climate change. And he further said that Narendra Modi is doing a great job in our country. He puts forwards the schemes, the ideas, and the incentives to which curb which curbs climate change. he praises Narendra Modi. So they didn't will show you this. Now CBI investigation is going on. Amid all of this, the wife of Sonam Wangchuk said that her husband was completely uh, innocent, and he was what we call, he was framed in this case, and urged BJP to make him free. So let's look what happened there. Thank you very much.